Hi, I'm attorney Gregory Dell, joined by attorney Cesar Gavidia, and today's disability benefit tip is about Sun Life disability denial and first steps that really need to be taken if your long-term disability claim has been denied by Sun Life. Cesar, Sun Life is one of the mid-size long-term disability insurance companies doing policies in Canada and America, been selling more and more coverage over the past 10 years here, and you've handled numerous amounts of cases with Sun Life. What is the initial tools and information that you want to have in order to begin this process of helping a claimant to get their long-term disability benefits reinstated with Sun Life?
So the first thing that anybody needs is that denial letter, all right? The letter that's basically outlining and describing the reasons that they don't find that you're eligible for benefits and they're not paying you. Now, Sun Life tends to have the custom of calling someone, informing them that they've made this decision, and then sending the denial letter out. That denial letter can take a little time to arrive, but you need it. You really need it because it's going to outline that all those reasons that they don't believe you're eligible. Okay, that's the very first thing you need.
And when you get this denial letter, all the companies are required by ERISA regulations if it's a group policy, which is what 95% of what Sun Life sells. What information has to be in the denial letter, and how detailed of a denial letter do you usually see from Sun Life?
So it obviously has to describe its opinions and reasons as to why you're not eligible. But it also has to describe what you can do to perfect the claim. What can you submit that would potentially lead them to overturning that decision if you were to choose to appeal the decision? Okay, and that's pretty important. And actually, where I find that Sun Life in particular sometimes can be a bit deficient in really describing, well, how can you perfect this? What can you provide to us? And like many insurance companies, they get into these general, broad things, provide us with, information supporting your disability, or your records don't sufficiently describe what's necessary. So basically, provide us with records that sufficiently describe it. And this is kind of this really broad reason for denying a claim. They're not getting into the real specifics as to why, and you really do need to know why specifically they're denying you and what you can do to perfect that.
Okay, so the first tool that you're going to look for is this denial letter, which from Sun Life is usually anywhere from 4 to 10 pages. I've seen longer. They usually write one of the more detailed denial letters of all the disability companies, which can be helpful in the process of going ahead and putting together an appeal. But there's also, in that denial letter, and by law, says that you can obtain a copy of the claim file. Mm-hmm. What is it, and why is it probably the most important tool in the road towards getting benefits reinstated?
Yeah, it really is critical to get the claim file, or what we refer to as this administrative record. It basically contains all of the documentation and all of the information that the insurance company used to make a decision on your disability claim. You're usually not entitled to it until they make an adverse decision, such as a denial of benefits or a termination of benefits. So it's going to basically contain all of this documentation, all of the correspondence, all of any emails. It's going to have memos in there from the claims reviewers. It's going to have requests to whoever they've reached out to conduct reviews on your claim. So usually this medical personnel. It's going to have their reports, which is absolutely 100% important to have, because they don't always provide you with those reports during the review of your claim. Okay, so if some doctor, some specialist, an orthopedist or a neurologist conducted a review of your claim and provided an opinion that they felt that the records didn't sufficiently support the disability claim, and that was the basis for termination, it's really important you have that report, which is contained in that claim file, and they don't usually give to you when they deny you or before they deny you, in order to respond to that and address it with your doctors.
Right. And to me, it's almost amazing that it's not a requirement from the insurance company to send the claim file, because while we will pursue a denial for a claimant when they do their own appeal, it's amazing how many people call us and they never even got a copy of the claim file, yet they did an appeal, which is, in our world, almost impossible to do, because how do you know what else to prove if you don't know the real foundation, a basis of what they looked at, and then have the opportunity to rebut that and put in additional information. So it's essential, as you were saying, to get a copy of the denial letter, copy of the claim file, which will contain the policy, which is obviously super important so that you understand all the terms and conditions and definition of disability. So this is a short intro in terms of initial steps to take and tips for if your claim's been denied. Of course, whether it's you, myself, any of the members of our team, no matter where you live in the country, we're available to provide you with a free initial consultation. and review of your denial, and within a matter of minutes, we'll be able to let you know right away how we can assist you, what we think your chances of success are, what it's going to cost you, and what the time frame is going to be. Everything that you basically want to know about your disability claim and what the road's going to be to get your Sun Life long-term disability benefits reinstated. So we look forward to the opportunity to speak with you shortly.